Greetings to our admiring audience. Welcome to the YouTube channel of Wings of Fire SRCC. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you are the pilot. Due to paucity of time or abundance of news, we often miss on many major happenings around the world. But no worries. I, Sandhya Pradhan, along with my co-comparer Priyanshi Wells, are here to update you with the news that hit the headlines in January through our newsletter Finopsis. Let's get started with the finance news.
Reliance Industrial Limited announces to acquire Mandarin Oriental Hotel for $98.15 million. Indian government to own almost 36% in Vodafone Idea Limited.
Priyanshi, the transaction proves to be important for Vodafone Idea, which has been losing its customer base to its competitors.
Yes, definitely, Sandhya.
Moving further, in a latest fintech deal, State Bank of India invests $20 million in Pine Labs, a startup that provides payment solutions. Google announces to have acquired Simplify. This deal comes after Google pledged to invest in cybersecurity in the next 5 years amid a rise in data breaches.
Coming to the end of financial highlights, let's have a look at the economic happenings around the globe. India granted $500 million fuel credit to Sri Lanka, easing its forex strap.
It will reduce pressure on its dwindling reserves.
With almost rupees 7,000 crore investment awaits in new gas distribution projects by Indian Oils.
Priyanshi, the participation of women entrepreneurs nowadays has provided inspiration to many.
There are a list of women entrepreneurs who prove themselves with their hard work.
Rightly said. One of them is Meghna Apparao, the new director Meghna Apparao of e-commerce in India, appointed by Meta. Highlighting her experience, she has a work experience of more than 20 years in senior business strategy, sales, and marketing with India's leading giants.
Let's have a quick look at personal finance. RBI announces framework for facilitating digital payments in offline mode. New CBDT circular to affect ULIP's taxation benefits.
RBI notifies market-making arrangements for retail direct scheme. Priyanshi, there are some important changes effective from this New Year's Day.
New year, new celebration with new rules. Let's brief it out to our audience.
Increased charges for ATM transactions. Priyanshi, do you have a locker in the bank?
Yes, I do have.
Then you have to keep these new changes in consideration along with our audience. New bank locker rules. Banks can no longer disown liability for loss of contents due to theft or fraud by employee.
You must have your Aadhaar card.
There must be a new rule regarding this.
Yes, link UAN with Aadhaar number. Individuals have to link their universal account number, that is UAN, with their Aadhaar number by 31st of December 2021.
India Post Payments Bank revised cash deposit charges. Cash deposits don't attract charges. However, cash withdrawals are free only up to 4 transactions per month.
Sandhya, you must be aware of the latest tax amendments. Let's aware our audience too about the same. On 18th January, Central Board of Direct Taxes, that is CBDT, has notified the e-advance ruling scheme, which will enable the taxpayers to file their application for advance ruling through emails.
Priyanshi, can you elaborate upon its main purpose?
Definitely. The main purpose of this is to provide upfront clarity with respect to taxability of transactions in India under Indian IT laws to non-residents and certain specified taxpayers.
On January 19, 2022, The CBDT released a statement outlining the mechanism for determining whether ULIPs are tax exempt. Now, let's move towards the most volatile yet exciting section, that is stock market. On 21st January 2022, multiplex chain operator PVR Limited reported shrinking of its consolidated loss after tax at rupees 10.2 crore rupees for the third quarter ended December 2021.
MCure Pharma IPO will hit the stock market floor early this month.
Isn't it the same company which is run by one of the sharks of reality show Shark Tank India?
Yes, Namita Thapar, who is one of the sharks of reality show Shark Tank India and also a CEO of MCure Pharma, will release IPO for her pharma company.
JSW Steel share price slips before the release of its December quarter earnings. So now let's move towards the editorial section of our newsletter.
National Startup Day is being marked on 16th January. It was announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on a virtual gathering attended by over 150 entrepreneurs. He referred to startups as the backbone of New India.
Changes in innovation, entrepreneurship, and startup ecosystem are going to be evident.
Yes, definitely.
An increase in the number of startups in India to over 60,000 from 500 in 5 years marks the beginning of the golden era of India's startup.
That is an incredible growth. Hence, the importance of entrepreneurial education is also evident.
In India, everyone are being raised with the mentality that we have to get a salaried job and get settled after that. Priyanshi, what do you think? Which skills are needed to be an entrepreneur?
The only skills required for being an entrepreneur are innovation and creativity. Someone who can think beyond the boundaries can succeed in the long run.
Rightly said. Priyanshi, entrepreneurial education ought to be considered as a fundamental apparatus required for an effective business and hence must be given a thought.
Definitely.
Hopefully, this information would add insights to our viewers' knowledge and lend them a different perspective to look at it.
This brings us to the end of January news. We hope the newsletter served your purpose. For a detailed insight into this news, do check out the link in the description below.
We hereby sign off and meet you again in the upcoming newsletter sessions. Thank you for being such patient listeners.